Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Julie and I am author of the blog CapturingWonderland.com. Today I am doing a second process on this Eastlake Washstand that will become my bathroom vanity. I previously did a video on the oven cleaner stripping method where I stripped all of the old stain and varnish off using oven cleaner. If you haven't seen that video, I will go ahead and link that up here for you and you can watch it when you're done with this one if you're interested. However, when I stripped this washstand, I found out that it was actually made of mahogany, which has a very reddish tone in the wood. And since that's not exactly the look I'm going for in the bathroom, I've decided to bleach the wood. And after doing extensive research on mahogany and how to sort of neutralize the reddish tone in wood, there were a couple of options. One of them was to add a little bit of green to your stain to try to neutralize the red using the color wheel, and that seemed a little bit more trial and error than I really wanted to do. So the second best option that I could see was to actually use a wood bleach that is specifically made for this type of thing. Now, lots of people use regular home bleach that you would use for laundry, and that seems to work really well with certain woods that are already light, like oak or pine. But this is mahogany, so woods like mahogany and cherry with the really deep red tones seem to work better with the two-part bleach that is specifically made for wood bleach. So that's what I'm going to try today. I'm going to do one entire coat and I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. Seems like the way that you do this is there is an A and a B in this box. So you apply A first all over the entire thing, and then you let that soak for 5 to 10 minutes, 10 minutes being for the darker, more reddish tone woods, which is mahogany. So I will go the full 10. And then you come back in while that is still wet and you do solution B all over the entire thing, and then you let it actually sit in the sun is the best way to do it, because the sun actually helps activate and makes the process that much better and that much faster and effective. So that's what I'm going to be trying today. Hopefully I only have to do this one time, but I'm prepared to do multiples to get the look that I'm looking for. To start this process, you're going to need some protective gloves because this is bleach and harsh chemicals. You don't want it getting on your body. I have eye protection. You want a plastic container to put this in. Do not use metal because it can interact with the chemicals and that would not be good. And then you need some type of a brush to brush it on. So let's get to this process. So this says it contains sodium hydroxide, so making it cause severe eye and skin burns. So again, reiterating, you want to wear eye and hand protection. Another thing to note, that you want the wood surfaces to be completely unfinished or completely stripped of old finish, wax, or polish. Use a separate plastic or glass container for each solution. Do not mix B with A solution with any other product. So no science experiments here.
Not alone in my empathy. There's more like me who don't know how to be, how to reach out to the open arms, how to reach out to the open arms. Blue skies.
Okay, it says to let this sit for 10 minutes, but it also says to apply it while it's still wet. And it is still wet, but it looks like it's drying rapidly in certain parts of the wood simply because I had stripped it down to raw wood, so it's probably really dry. So this stuff is being sucked in. I don't know that I can wait the full 10 minutes. We'll just wait a little bit longer and then I'll apply solution B. Alright, pardon me, my neighbor is doing some yard work, so we're about ready to get into solution B. Okay, solution B. Same directions. I've cleaned out my bowl and I've cleaned my brush because you don't want to mix the two solutions.
Start, I am nothing more than roses at the side of a busy road. I'm crawling for a worthy goal.
Now this is going to sit for 24 hours. So I still have to do the drawers, but they are still drying from the last process that I did. So we'll be back in a little bit.
To the open arms, how to reach out to the open.
Alright, I just finished solution B on the drawers, and so now this entire thing is going to sit in the sun for the next 24 hours, and then I will come back and we will see what it looks like. So far I am very pleased. It hasn't even been an hour and it is quite a bit lighter. I'm also kind of suspicious that maybe there was quite a bit of stain left in the wood, because I had to do extra oven stripping on the drawers because there was still varnish left in the carvings, and you had to have all of that out to be able to bleach them properly. So when I did extra oven cleaner stripping on the drawers, lots more red came off. So I'm kind of wondering if a lot of the red was leftover stain. But in any case, it is stripping it very well, so I will see you in 24 hours. As you can see, it is the next day, and I am working in the very sunny sun. I'm not sure how well you can see in this bright of sun, and obviously I have my willow tree over here trying to get in the way. It is pretty sun bleached, as you can see, and so I am going to try sanding it down with 120 grit sandpaper and get all of the film that was left on the top off, and it's supposed to be even lighter after you do that. So let's see about doing that, and then I'll decide if I need to do a second coat.
Broken from the start, I am nothing more than roses at the side of a busy road. How I'm crawling for a worthy goal. At least I'm not alone in my empathy. There's more like me who don't know how to be.
The bleaching process is complete. I don't think I'm going to do a second layer of this, simply because this has already dealt with so much liquid that there was definite damage, and I'm starting to see damage from using so much liquid on the wood. So I won't be doing any more bleaching or any of that stuff. I think it did an excellent job getting out the red tones in this dresser. It is down to raw wood, and a lot of the red hue is gone, so I'm very happy with that. It worked excellent on this mahogany wood, and I think it looks a million times better than it did. So I'm so glad that I could share this entire process with you. It was really simple, just super simple. You just want to remember to protect yourself, because even with gloves, I did manage to burn myself on my fingers. So you'll notice that I changed gloves in between the process. I started out with like a rubber glove, these gloves right here. I started out with these. I would not recommend using these. I would use a chemical safe rubber glove. I even tried my kitchen gloves and I still ended up getting it on me at some point. And I was able to get it off with vinegar really quickly, so it didn't harm me at all. But just keep that in mind. And also I used my sunglasses as my eye protection, so I would definitely recommend that. And when you're doing it, to keep your mouth closed. You don't want any of that stuff getting in your mouth. And I read on the back of the box, and I wish I had read it more thoroughly, that you can actually apply it with a sponge, which would actually be way better than using the brush, because you won't get anything flipping up on you using a sponge. I think that was really wise of them to say that, and I wish I would have seen that earlier. Use good chemical safe gloves, eye protection, and use a sponge to apply it. Other than that, this was such a smooth and simple process. It really was, and I would recommend it 100%. The only issue that I have with the Zinsser Wood Bleach product is that it's super hard to find at this point. I couldn't find it on Amazon, I couldn't find it on Home Depot, Walmart. All of it was out of stock, and there was no proof that it was ever going to be restocked. I actually even looked on the Zinsser website itself, but when I looked for it on their website itself, they didn't have that product either. So I don't know if they're just no longer making it, or if this is a part of those manufacturing issues that we're seeing with things going out of stock and they're just not being able to put it on the shelves any longer. I hope you can find it if you need it, because it was really a great product. There are ways that you can make your own DIY wood bleach, and I will be trying those out in the future since I can't get this product probably anymore. I was able to find one box of it at Menards, and that was all they had. So hopefully you'll be able to find it if you need it locally. Look at Menards if you can, or any of your other True Values or hardware stores that you have in your local area, and see if you might be able to find it, because it really does work great and it is very affordable. I think I paid $8 for it. So overall, not a big investment and a really quick process. So anyway, guys, this will not be the last you will see of this dresser. We're going to be doing more to it to finish it out. I'm actually thinking of doing a whitewashing process because some of the wood is definitely not, like, it's not toned the same. So I'm going to try to even it out a little bit with a different process, and then I'm going to finish it out and turn it into that bathroom vanity for my guest bathroom. So don't forget to stay tuned for those coming up. Anyway, friends, thanks so much for watching all the way through. If you've made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you're not, and share it with any friends you feel would enjoy this content. Thanks again. Bye.